Hi. Sorry, that's my phone again. Okay, now that that show is over, I would like to talk to you about something that's on my mind, which is the war on drugs. I mean, it's been an ongoing war since 1971, and I think the whole, I think the whole thing is a failure. It's 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 a very costly war. I mean, from AmericanProgress.org, since 1971, the war on drugs has cost the United States an estimated $1 trillion. And and as far as how much does the U.S. spend on drug prohibition, there's estimates that state and local governments spend 29 billion on drug prohibition annually, while the federal government spends an additional 18 billion. And also, also, this is a war that's fought on the wrong front. Pe- people are trying to cut off the supply of drugs, and they're not they're not working to cut off the demand for drugs. I mean just just because you can cut off the supply of drugs doesn't mean that demand is going to go down. I mean, j- like in the days of prohibition, when alcohol was pro- prohibited from public sales and consumption and everything, and pe- people ended up turning to organized crime to to make their own alcohol and to to sell it and to consume it, and that led that also led to some rather dangerous forms of alcohol, and end up having end up making really strong uh, alcohol with I mean there are products that have very high alcoholic product content, like take one take take one shot of that, and you're already like you're already like stone cold drunk. I mean, what drug prohibition has done basically is made made for made for the creation of stronger drugs. That could be that could be sold on the black market, and there's a reason why parents say that t- today's pot is stronger than what they're used to, because marijuana has basically been bred to have more THC content, so people so it wouldn't take much T much, much THC to get people it would take it to just like one toke of the joint to get somebody flying high, and it also costs it also costs in human lives. Basically, people have been put into jail just consuming the stuff, and I mean, this is really screwed up. I mean, I mean, and most of this is targeted towards people of color, and this is a very racist policy, and mostly targeted towards marijuana, because people still see marijuana as a very dangerous drug. I mean, and even though there's increasing evidence that it's hard, hardly more dangerous than alcohol. In fact, it's probably less dangerous than alcohol. I mean, hard, hardly anybody can die from I mean from doing too much marijuana. It would take a really ridiculous amount of THC to kill a person. I mean, and all you get from that is a very strong high, and a very frightening high. And and yes, yes, the military has come up with a very strong, potent form of THC that can get a person high for days and maybe weeks. that I mean that it's that strong, it's that immobilizing, and it's hardly been used. And so I think we should basically focus our attention on on drug education and harm reduction, and ba- basically legalize marijuana across the entire United States, and keep the really strong drugs off our streets, especially like fentanyl. I mean, that stuff's really dangerous, and it takes like a little pinprick of that stuff to basically give you a fatal overdose. That's how strong it is. And yeah, basically legalize marijuana, keep the stronger stuff out, out of reach of Americans. Right? I mean, and let me mention, we should also work on fighting legalized prescribed drugs like opioids. I mean, there's this opioid crisis going on in the United States. There, too many people are turning to pres- powerful prescribed drugs, and it's causing an addiction, and it's also causing fatal deaths. Um, so let's work on getting more people off opioids. I mean, I mean, especially if they don't need it, because that stuff is dangerous. I mean, even if it's legal, and doctors have no business pushing that stuff onto people. I mean, anyway, that's pretty much all I really have to share with you this morning. So have a good day, and God bless you.